Everybody, welcome back to the channel. You know what time it is. Papa's comic books and coffee. Okay, you ready for today's episode? Here we go. We look at that. The Ultimate, the man called Nova. Number 5 this time, 30 cents back in 1976. And this book was written by Marv Wolfman and Sal Buscema. Story is Evil is the Earth Shaker. Now don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that sub button, give me a like, write down below what you thought about it, tell me what was good, tell me what was bad, I don't care, just give me a stink. And here's the date stamp. Okay, let's get to it. Evil is the Earth Shaker. I'm really uncomfortable sitting here in the front seat of your Jeep, Mike. Are you sure you prefer... Oops, see? Gee, I'm sorry, Mike. Richard, are you more interested in the movie in front of you? Or the games behind you? Or me? Listen, Ryder, we brought you with us, but we're not entertainment. Keep your eyes cemented ahead of you. Dig? Oh, Mikey, why did you still... Richie, are you here too? I'm not too sure, Donnelly. And before you say anything, Ginger, I apologize. It's just that lately my head's been elsewhere. That's an understatement, cutie. You've been over the rainbow ever since your accident. But I just can't stay angry with you anymore, cute as you. Which means that until you decide to tell whatever's crushing down on your shoulders, I'll stay quiet. But if you ever need more than silent support, I'm here. Ginger, Jay, anyone ever tell you you're the greatest? I bet you say that to all the greatest girls in the world. Now slide over and I'll show you how attentive I can be when I want to. Now then, isn't that a heck of a lot better? Oh no, Kong's already been shot. I missed my favorite part. Drat. Hopeless. Simply hopeless. Kong dies without a dry eye in the house. And so we leave the night behind and begin anew the next morning when... Hold it, brother. Richard, before you apply that oral dentifrice... Wait just a brief moment. Don't tell me, Bobby, another scientific achievement to rival your edible umbrella idea. So you were peeking at my plans, eh? Seriously, you know how you can never get the last bit of toothpaste from the tube? Well, I conquered the problem. Watch. Something tells me it's going to be dreadful. Sorry, Robert. Something tells me I made a small error in design. Oh, all over him. I think I left out the cutoff valve to shut the flow of toothpaste. Oh, well, true science is a hard profession, brimming with trial and error. See you, brother. It's back to the lab. Bet I'm the only superhero in town who brushes his body with Ultra Bright. Never realized how hot it is wearing a Nova suit under real clothing. Better find someplace else to keep it. Just wouldn't do to get underarm stains on the hard... Be hard as heck explaining it to the dry cleaners. It's about time you finally came down, boy chick. Another minute and we were going to send out the Boy Scouts to find you. Bernie, what are you doing here so early? Noshing on your breakfast. You cook a mean Frankenberry with bananas, Mrs. R. Great, now what do I eat? You're in luck, boy chick. I just happen to have a 3-day-old bagel in my pocket. Interested? I'd rather pass on that now, Bernie. Bye, Mom. We're off to see the wizard. Take care, Mrs. R. Have a good day, boys. Yeah, something's wrong, Rich. No answer, that means no one's home. It's just as I thought. Caps has disappeared. Maybe he just went on vacation, Bernie. Without telling me? No way. He sends out spot announcements every time he eats dinner. And if there was any sort of emergency, he certainly would have called me, which makes me positive something's happened to Caps. Something really bad. I think it may be time to notify the police just in case, while a certain little bullet head named Nova follows his own hunches. Let us now leave the very worried Rich Ryder and Bernie Dillon and more directly down to an underground grotto miles beneath the Earth's surface. It is now time for you teeming slaves to witness the fruition of all my work, the culmination of my plans for victory. I have my youth elixir, the serum which keeps me young and handsome. I have my perfection of body, and now I can finally move from the conquest and destruction of the surface world above. And you, my loyal slaves, you will learn what glories will be bestowed upon you for standing with me and not that fool, the mole man. For while he rules in a self-made hell, living alone and shuttered in his underground kingdom, I, his arch foe, shall rule the entire world. And no one, not even the far-famed Fantastic Four, will stop me now, for it was our last struggle with the quartet that the seeds of this victory were formed. I escaped the exploding rocket I was trapped in then, and now I have the power and the way. Behind you, turn and look. Witness the awesome power of Earthshaker, and know that I am his creator. I am his master. I am Tyrannus, conqueror of the world called Earth. Tyrannus' silent minions stare in a mute awe and horror at the unshatterable metal core mechanoid which towers over them. Then their souls swell with pride, for it was their sweat and toil which constructed this unstoppable dreadnought. It was their lives, their willingly sacrificed for their master in the building of the unconquerable conqueror of men. But they say nothing, for to serve in silence is life itself for them. Tyrannus watches his slaves' reactions with great satisfaction. Then, after allowing the moment's mood to swell, he continues, "You built this Earthshaker according to my plans without understanding what it will do with it. But listen now, and perhaps your pea-sized brains will comprehend the full extent of my aims. I am the undisputed master of the underground world. Beneath the earth my power is supreme, my army invincible. However, to attempt to subdue the military force of the surface world on the surface would be folly. They are far too mighty in their own domain. But the Earthshaker will bury their largest cities, sealing the humans in caves and blind grottos, trapping them in the stifling darkness we thrive. Their armies will be helpless in their new environment, but we shall march in and conquer them all. And lest any of my ever-faithful troops decide to move against me, remember, I still possess the power to destroy you as easily as the surface dwellers. I am still your master now and evermore. Move now, enter Earthshaker, and we shall rise to the outer world, and we shall rise and destroy. All in the name of the Tyrannus, the Magnificent." And now, let's return to Rich Rider. There must be an easier way to get through high school than having to take math. I want to be in television. I couldn't care less about geometry. Oh, well. And on the lighter side, from Marvel Comics comes the census-shattering news that the famous House of Ideas is searching for a new superhero to star in one of their comics. And they request a mystery man known as Nova to appear at their New York headquarters. Lucky guy, I would love to. Hey, I'm Nova. Marvel Comics is looking for me? Didn't I renew my subscription to Sergeant Fury? And now, back to the serious news. 8,000 penguins were accidentally set loose in downtown Calcutta today when Marvel wants me? I can't believe it. I've loved them ever since they published it, The Living Colossus. I've always wondered how groups like Fantastic Four and the Avengers got their own comics, and now I'm going to join them. Wow, maybe I'll even be invited to a comic convention. I wonder how much they'll charge me for the free publicity. Excuse me, miss, 575 Madison Avenue. Shortly. Excuse me, miss. It's Josie. Do you have an appointment? My name's Nova. I just heard that Marvel was looking for me. Well, let me check with Archie Goodwin. Sal, he's here. Nova's answered our message. You know something, Marv? He's shorter than I thought he would be. You think the world's ready for a 5'9" superhero? This is comics, Sal. Just draw him taller, and no one will know the difference. That must be Marv Wolfman and Sal Buscema. You must be Sal Buscema and Marv Wolfman. That's Buscema, like Buscema. And you're Nova, aren't you? Yes, sir, that's me. Are you going to write down and draw my comic? If Stan likes our presentation, come on inside and please excuse the mess. We had a little trouble here the other day, and we haven't cleaned up yet. Am I going to meet the Stan Lee? The Stan Lee? I saw him on the Mike Douglas show a few months back. I can't wait to meet him. Say no more, Nova. Beth, is Stan in? Gosh, no, Marv. He's still on his lecture tour, spreading the faith, so to speak. But he should be back shortly. And, Wolfman, get the big nose of yours in here. Who's that, Mr. Wolfman? I don't have to look. That cannonball face can only belong to our production chief, Jumbo John Verboten. You're late on Dracula. Colin needs a story. Well, you see, I have this guy up in Boston who follows Drac around. And he hasn't told me what he's been up to lately. No excuses, Wolfman. Get me a plot today, or we'll put a Millie the Model reprint in instead. Got that? Oops, rascally one. Why did you ever come back to New York, especially with Conan late again? Okay, Nova, let me explain what we want while Sal takes your picture. You see, we're auditioning heroes for a new comic magazine, and Sal and I were told to check you out. We've got to know everything about you, your powers, your origin, the works. You can leave out names if you prefer. Hold on, please, Harold. Where the heck were you? Oh, I see. Yeah, great. That should make fantastic story for Tomb of Dracula. And to learn more, go there. That was, oh, hi, Archie, how are you? Aardvark Archie, Asymmetrical Archie. These bullpen bulletin alternative names are getting impossible to come up with. Astute Archie. What was that all about, Mr. Wolfman? Darned if I know, Nova. I'd like to know one thing before I go through with this. If they make a comic book out of me, do I have to conform to the comics code? I mean, do they allow dating and necking and such? Don't worry, Nova. I'll leave out that you know what's and throw in another fight or two. We'll handle the creative stuff. You just show us what you can do. Miss Beckley, is Mr. Lee back yet? Oh, I'm sorry. He was in, but he's gone again. Something about a lecture at the LaSalle Extension University. Come on, Nova. We want to begin the demonstration. You do your stuff while I take pictures. Got that? I think so. You want to see fast I can fly, how strong, how that sort of stuff, right? Bright kid, you got it. All right, friends, here I come to save the day. Up, and forget the catchphrases, Nova. We'll come up with that. We'll come up with what you say. I've never clocked my speed, but I figure I move at least 50 miles a minute. It's really the perfect thing to have when I'm late for school. School, does that mean I have to draw all the desks? So we make it a private school, or maybe a tutor. He can teach him on a sofa, okay? Remember the way he flies, Marv? That comet tail trailing behind him makes for a great visual drawing. You say something, Sal? I was just eyeing the hot dog stand. This really isn't the best show of my strength, but I have something roughly akin to the strength of 10 men, which really isn't too bad in a clinch. Hey, put me down. Oops, I'm sorry, sir. I'm also partially invulnerable. Bullets and bombs don't bother me. Fact is, it would take a torpedo to knock me down. Excuse me, officer, would you mind shooting me with your gun? Shoot you? You crazy kid? What are you up to? Take it easy, Bill. We got clearance from downtown from this. Officer Rostella is kind of new to the New York force. Be easy on him. Well, I guess if you're sure. Sheesh, never had this sort of thing on the Los Angeles SWAT team. You see, the bullet ricochets off my chest. Not bad. Oh, no, my lord. Huh? Don't worry, miss. It wasn't hurt. See, I caught it. No, get away. Something tells me she isn't worried about bullets right now. And despite my better judgment, I better turn around and blue blazes. It silently rises from the ground, this nuclear-powered arm shoving mud and earth away from its unshatterable structure. It lifts itself almost 70 feet above the ground level, but to the frightened humanity who run fearfully below it, may as well be a mile high. I don't believe it. While inside, a costume clown here already. Am I always to be plagued with such foes? But it won't matter this time, not while I have my silent minions to command. For my ever-faithful slaves have been outfitted with special lenses which allow them to move about in the brightness as well as they do in the darkness. Out of my way, Wolfman, I'm coming through. Go, my slaves, bring down the costume one. Get rid of him before the earth shatter begins its task. Follow the leader, Sal, because I'm not stopping for anyone. I've drawn those things 1,000 times, but I've never believed them till now. I'm seeing him, and I still don't believe him. Meantime, I've got a hunch this mission would be my first cop-out if I knew what I was up against. Don't know what's going on, and it's probably just as well. Got to get rid of these beanbags and get back to King Kong. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Nice knowing you. Weird, before I came to a superhero, I never even saw a pickpocket, but now I'm suddenly swamped with supervillains coming out of the woodwork. It's as if just being a superhero brings out the bad guys, which is probably why you've never heard of a superhero old age home. Guys like us never reach the age of retirement. Cheery thought almost makes you want to go back to being a normal C-minus nerd, but not until after I get rid of Godzilla here. After, how's that for optimism, gang, especially from a guy whose record is only 2 captures and 5 villains. All right. I'm not exactly the most successful hero in town, and it looks like I'm keeping up my reputation. I can't break into a megalon here. Oh well, at least he hasn't attacked me yet. Spoke too soon, naturally. Blue blazes, power drills smashing into me. Can't stop them. They're grinding me into the earth. All right, hero, what's next? Crunch. The giant Leviathan stares mutely at the Nova's fallen figure, then spins a steel hand downward, scooping up somewhat bed-raggled human rocket into its claw. Phew! It grabbed me, then I fell through some kind of tunnel. Need a second to catch my breath, find out what's happening, and maybe figure out where I am. Not that knowing will do any good. Oh, welcome, youth. You are our honored prisoner. Who? You are lucky, surface dweller. Your name will be in the histories of the New Order. You are the first to bow before the new master, for you are the first prisoner of the tyrannous emperor of the world. And I'm Nova, the first guy who'll deck you out. Here I thought your giant Raiden look-alike was a threat. I didn't realize its boss was a meatball. To one who has fought the Fantastic Four, who has humbled the Hulk, you are nothing. My collaboratronic ray will render you inert, while the greater prize is already being achieved. Already my Earthshaker creates caverns from mud. Already caves are being constructed to the beauty of my first underground kingdom is being rebuilt, while you, child, you can observe helplessly as your world is conquered from within. Nothing's happening, Marv. What do you think? I think we should get out of here while we can. I like the sound of that, Marv. Sal. Yes, Marv. Shut up and run. Meanwhile, you're waking up, Nova? Very good. You'll be able to see your planet conquered, even as your life is being drained. Huh? You heard correctly, fool. I've tied your life force into the Earthshaker's generator. It will be your power which feed my machine, which means when we are done, you will be a withered old man. I'm too young to go. I haven't even seen my first X-rated movie yet. Come on, Richard. You got to fight this. Prove yourself in the best superhero tradition. Blue blazes. I'm starting to vibrate. The generator's on. But I also have an idea. And the time has come. The moment is here. And before Earth's forces can mount any counterattack, Earthshaker will have constructed an impenetrable maze of caverns, which all of Earth's armies will find impossible to level. Slaves, clear the park of all the humans. Clear it even as my new kingdom is built about us. For now, what? Earth shatters, vibrating, shaking, what? Did it? I speeded it up vibrations until Gorgo couldn't take it. Then he spit it out. Maybe I'm not such a flop after all. My first death trap, and I came out of it with nothing more than a few stains on my costume. Which reminds me, how do I clean this thing? Can't go to the laundry, and certainly can't bring it to the dry cleaner. Oh well, I'll worry about it later, after I'm done with Tony Orlando and Dawn here. And this time, I don't have to worry about smashing my way in. I'll just go right through the hole it made by throwing me out. Oops, wasn't watching its drill and clobbered me. Can't right itself in time to being pushed down. Oof. Drilled me right into the ground, but I won't come up the same way. I'll keep spinning at Nova speed, go deeper, dig my own tunnel, and come up where my mighty Joe Young least expects me. All right, Rockethead, do your stuff. Prove to the world that you're a hero to be reckoned with. Hi there, TR. Miss me? You? It can't be you. Shucks, you found me out. I'm someone else, disguised as me. Get back, fool. I still have my collaboratronic ray. I can still snuff you out your life. Only in your nightmares, handsome. 'Cause as of right now, you've been neutralized. No! Well, if you'd rather slug it out, I'm sure my fist can rearrange your features a bit. No, not my face, not my handsome face. You've won, Nova, but only for now. Send me a postcard when you want a return match, friend, but I won't be holding my breath waiting. The next day. Great work, kid. I think you've proven your worth. Full comic. They're headlining your fight with Tyrannus around the world. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. I didn't want to take credit for. Shh, grab the glory while you can, Nova. You never know how long headlines and fame last these days. Stan, can we see you for a moment? Sure, Marv. Come on in. You too, Sal, and bring along your friend. That's Nova, Stan. We're testing him out for a new comic. He's a natural, Stan. Young, powerful, and he's already a celebrity. Sorry, but he's too young and inexperienced in today's competitive market. We've got to hit big, blockbusters only. No offense, guy, but try again next year after you've got a name for yourself, all right? Well, as for you, Marv, we just signed up our newest character. His name, Midas the $1 Million Mouse. Get to work writing his book. Costanza's drawing it. Excelsior. Midas Mouse? What was wrong with Nova? How should I know, Sal? I'm only a comic book writer. Figures, I miss getting my very own comic to a mouse. That's the typical rich writer look. Maybe I should go to the competition. Nah, who am I kidding? If you were going to be in comics, there just isn't any competition to Marvel. Ah, well, maybe next year. All right. And that was The Man Called Nova, number 5, 30 cents back in 1976. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, this book and others is available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Hit that subscribe button, give me a like, write down below in the comments what you thought about it. And as I always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.